And Lord willing, if God allows me to wake up Sunday morning, I will be 43 years old on Sunday. That is such a blessing to me, considering how far God has allowed me to make it to this point in my life, and me getting through all the things that God has allowed me to get through. And I am just so excited about my life and where I am. You know, it is truly, truly a blessing for me. And I work hard and I fight hard for, my peace and my happiness and my joy and everything that I have in my life right now. You know, it has not been easy and it has not been handed over to me. Sometimes we can look at other people and admire where they are at the point of their life, and sometimes we can be so far away from what we see in other people, and we may want that for ourselves really badly, but just know that it is not easy. It is not going to be handed to you, just like everything else that you work for. Just like you go to work and work for that paycheck and all of that good stuff, you got to work for your peace and your happiness and everything, and good mental health, and a lot of the things that we like to put on the back burner. um we don't think that those things are important at the time, or we think that we can go ahead and just focus on those things later. And things like peace and joy and happiness and all of that kind of stuff, it really should be on the front burner. We should be prioritizing these things opposed to waiting till later to focus on these very, very important things. So anyway, good morning. Happy Wednesday. I hope you all are doing extremely well this morning. Not just okay, not just mediocre, not just I'm here. A lot of people like to say I'm here. I be like, yay, well, that's a blessing. That's a good thing. I heard a pastor say one time, it's better to be above the dirt than under the dirt. So I don't know. I don't know what happens after this. But a lot of people say I'm here so nonchalantly, like, them being here is not such a great thing. I don't know if they mean that in a literal term. Like when I'm at work, people say I'm here. So maybe they don't want to be there in that place, like not being at work. And who wants to be at work? We'd rather be at home or at the beach or doing something else that we would much rather be doing. But we have to learn how to enjoy the journey. I don't think being here is such a bad thing. I'm so happy to be here. I really am. I am happy and I am grateful, and I am just, I really am. I'm really grateful. I'm glad I just said that, because before we get started, before we go ahead and jump into this week's life lesson, let's go ahead and clear our minds and count our blessings. Even if you have done it already this morning, or whatever point of time you tune into this video today, take a moment out to reflect on your blessings and the things that you have. Give positive energy, just as much as we like to complain and focus on negative things and what people are doing and all of that kind of stuff, what's happening in the news. Let's focus on some of the good things. Let's rise up some positive vibrations. Let's get some of that flowing. Let's get some good energy flowing today. Listen, I'm here for it all. So, okay, let's just close our minds, clear our thoughts, couple deep breaths, and just really count, is this cram as many of your blessings that you are grateful for in it, just in these few moments. So here we go. Whew, I ain't want to stop. stop. Like, listen, I ain't want to stop. I could just keep that thing rolling and rolling and rolling. I would get wrapped up in that and just being grateful and just learning how to count our blessings. I'm telling you, it raises my vibration. Even if there are things that are going on that are may not be in my favor or whatever, it helps me to not focus on those things and lift up my emotions and how I feel and all of that kind of stuff. So it is really such a great thing to just be able to get lost in being grateful for where you are, excuse me, and the things that you have. So y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this week's life lesson? Because this week's life lesson is new beginnings. And I am very excited about this week's life lesson in light of the fact that my birthday is on Sunday. I'm like, okay, what can I do new? Like, I want to do something. It's like a birthday. We all get excited about our birthday, and it should always be an opportunity to think about what we can do new, a brand new start, maybe a reset or whatever. It's not just about celebrating or getting drunk. I know how y'all do it. That used to be me. No judgment zone. Let's get lit. Let's get turned up. It's my birthday and all that kind of stuff. But once the party is over, is the next chapter of your life going to look like the past chapter, the former chapter, or whatever, or is something going to change? I think this is a perfect opportunity. We are creeping up on the end of 2023. I know I already talked to you guys about my Happy New You challenge. This has nothing to do with my Happy New You challenge. I did a complete study on new beginnings. I don't know who this might be for. Someone out there might need this message, may have been anticipating starting new and don't know where or how to start, or is just afraid to test the waters. And I'm really hoping that this helps someone to finalize their decision and whatever they may have been on the fence about. Starting brand new and making a new start in their life. So I'm sharing with you guys some of the excitement of my birthday joy, because I'm just reflecting on my own life and thinking about what I can do new. Like, I definitely want year 43 to look much different than year 42. I mean, I am in a very good place in my life right now, but I do want more out of life, and I am grateful and I am excited and I'm working hard, and I'm thinking about what can I do to kind of take off, like a rocket, kind of catapult into the direction of my destiny and where I really want to be in life and all of that great stuff. It is time for something new and exciting to happen. So I don't know. That's just where I am right now. I'm just giving y'all a little bit of where I am. I don't know where you guys are or what's going on in your life, what's happening and all of that kind of stuff. Or you may be content with where you are. You may not want things to change. I know some of our seasoned folks, who may view my videos, they may not want anything to change. They may be comfortable with where they are. They may be tired. They don't have the strength. You're okay with where you are. I'm talking about whatever change might mean for you. It may be a change in your mental health. It may be a change in your finances. It may be a change in your career goals or where you are in life. It may be a change in, I don't know, where you live at. A change in location, or, just something that you kind of been toying with the idea of and really have not conjured up the courage to actually step out and move on that thing. So I don't know. I know there's a lot of things that I want for myself. I am doing the Happy New You challenge. I am constantly thinking about some of the goals that I have written down on my Happy New You challenge. I go back to my goals and I modify them and think about what I have to do to obtain those goals. I think about, am I doing some of the things that are necessary for me to reach certain goals and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't know who chose to jump in on the Happy New You challenge or not, but that is something that I will be doing every year. But that ain't what we talking about today. We just talking about new beginnings. We are talking about starting over brand new. We talking about a new start. We're talking about maybe shifting our focus and our direction in our life, maybe from where it is to where we want it to be. It's all about elevation and growth to me. So I don't want to stay in the same place forever. And I hope that you guys don't either. So, new beginnings. Let's go ahead and jump right on into some new beginnings. New beginnings allows us to leave behind old patterns and habits that may be holding us back. Whether it's a toxic relationship, dead-end job, or a negative mindset, new beginnings gives us the chance to break from limiting beliefs and start fresh. So I just said like a complete mouthful. Just the thoughts of starting over brand new and just doing some things differently, and it may give us the bubble guts a little bit, because it's like, wow, how can I go from that or where I've been for the past 5, 10, 15, 20 years? Some people toy with the fact of starting over, but they won't even consider taking the first step because it's just too scary. It's just, what would I do? How would I get there? 1,000,001 questions just go through your mind. So just really quickly, I'm going to give you guys a backdrop. I know some of you who follow along with my videos probably have heard this part of my testimony before. So coming up on about 5 years ago, I uprooted my family from the state of Pennsylvania, the city of Philadelphia, born and raised, and I came to Delaware. And I was basically homeless. It was a blessing that my then husband, my ex-husband's friend, really good friend of his, he grew up with all his life. He already had a beautiful home, and that he already established for himself over the years. And he opened up his home to me, myself, my then husband, and my family. He just opened up his home to us, and he allowed us to at least get in the state of Delaware, which opened up great opportunities for us. It was rough. It was hard at the beginning. We didn't stay with him for that long, but we just went through the whole process of getting help and getting out on our own. But it was a blessing that my ex-husband already knew somebody that lived here, because it literally got us into one of the most beautiful parts of Delaware. Now I see so many people, like so many different license plates, people moving from different states and relocating to this part of Delaware. But my experience with uprooting my family have been amazing since I made that change. It was very hard in the beginning. Like I said, we were basically homeless. We didn't stay with my ex-husband's friend for that long. We did get right into the system of getting help from the state of Delaware, and it was fairly easy for me to get help because I did have my children with me. And every year I have elevated and grown. And in the process, my ex-husband and I, we were together. We were still married when we lived here. So we ended up being separated and divorced. And I ended up just going out on my own and buying me a house full of brand new furniture, which I still have, and just getting used to not being married anymore, being a single mom after being married for almost 10 years. So it was like a lot. It was a roller coaster ride. And I'm in a brand new state. I have no family here. I don't know really. Well, now I know a lot of people. I have I have my own family here in Delaware, people that I have grown to know and love through this past 5 years. But it was like a absolute restart. It was like a brand new complete restart to my whole life. A lot of people did not agree with my decisions. They called me dumb, stupid, crazy. I do still have two adult children that live in the city of Philadelphia, who chose not to relocate. One has started his own family. One is doing very well for himself, but he chose not to relocate. But that's, I needed a new start. I needed to know what was out there beyond the point of where I was at. I wasn't happy where I was, and I felt like it would have been beneficial to my marriage. That wasn't true. So marriage was still what it was. It didn't work out or whatever. But my experience with uprooting my children, even with not even having an address to call our own for a little while, it really turned out for the best for us. It's an absolute. I'm grateful for the whole entire experience. I don't regret any of it. Just the whole fresh, brand new start to my life have really worked miracles for me in my life. It's just a whole different life. It's brand new. It's brand new. It's hard work. It wasn't easy, but through the grace of God, it got done. So new beginnings. I'm still talking about, doing things new and all of that kind of stuff. But that is a very powerful testimony because I did it, So I really try to talk to you guys about things that I really can relate to and kind of give you some personal insight on. I don't want to just talk to you, just off the whim and just talk about a whole lot of things that I don't know anything about, like what would that make me. I want to talk to you about things that that I am familiar with, that I can give a very powerful testimony on, and that may be sufficient to encourage someone to go ahead and move on to the next chapter of their life without fear, because I did it. I did it, and it has been an absolute blessing to my life and the lives of my children. I know for 100% for a fact that if I was still in the city of Philadelphia, things would probably have turned out much different for us. And I hate to say it, but the reality of where we were, some of the worst parts of North Philadelphia, poverty-stricken, drug neighborhoods, it would have been much worse. It would have been worse for my sons and for my daughters, and I wanted better for them. And I had to sometimes you just have to make drastic calls in your life, and you have to weigh your options. So although it was hard just to look at my children and the life that they have right now, my children are growing, they're growing into themselves, they're doing amazingly well, and this was a better opportunity. So you may not have children, you may not have young children. I'm not recommending anyone do what I did just because I did it. I'm talking about whatever means a new start for you, whatever means start over, new beginnings for you. So that is my personal testimony on starting over and moving forward to a better life for myself and for my children. So I'm still on this journey, but that was a great start. The process is, like I say, coming up on 5 years. It has not been easy. Sometimes it is still not easy, but every step of the way was always worth it. I don't regret a single decision that I made as far as me uprooting my children from the city of Philadelphia and moving here to the state of Delaware. It is a good part. I know it's a ghetto part. It's ghetto parts of every state. So, I live in a really great part of Delaware, and it's a great opportunity for my children to grow and learn, and we're blessed. We're just very, very blessed. So, I wrote down a fact. A person can start over as many times that they like or as many times that is necessary. So sometimes we think, well, I tried that start over thing and I tried it before and it didn't happen before. And that is one of the biggest mistakes that we make as human beings, is that we give up on ourselves. And that is one thing that I'm so grateful and glad that I never did, was give up on myself. Just because you tried to start over before and it didn't work before, don't mean it won't work again this time. Do it as many times that is necessary to fulfill you, to fulfill your happiness, your goals, your dreams, your destiny, or what have you. Just during my journey through being a motivational speaker and an author, I self-educate myself a lot and I motivate myself a lot. And I was listening to a motivational video, and they were saying, when does a tree stop growing? And it doesn't. A tree does not stop growing until it reaches its ultimate, to its full potential. We as human beings put a stunt on our own growth because we tell ourselves what we can't do opposed to what we can do, and we have to break out the habit of doing that. We give ourselves a million and one reasons why it might not work, but give just as much as it might not work, it may work out well for you as well. So give yourself a million and one reasons why it might work for you in your favor. So we have to stop putting the cap on it. We have to take the limits off of the possibilities of where our lives might go. We see these things for other people and maybe in different races or different parts of the world or whatever, and we think that we can't do it. Like maybe success or happiness or abundance is just set aside just for a certain group of people or whatever. And it is for you. It's for you too. I am here to tell you today, there's no limit on how far you can go. There's no limit of resources. There is an abundance of everything. There's enough to go around for everybody. We limit our own possibilities because we continue. I ain't gonna say we always, because I know sometimes at some point some of us have to learn how to keep ourselves encouraged, but we have to stop telling ourselves what we can't do. We have to stop doing that to ourselves. So keep starting over, keep pushing that restart button, start over as many times as it possibly takes for you to get to where you want to be. So a new beginning usually signifies the end of a different chapter. So to start new, most times, just like relationships, to start a new relationship, you have to end another relationship. And I know people who won't let go of what was, but they want more and they want better than what they had. Where you gonna put it? Like, where you gonna put it? You so busy holding on to this past relationship or this past man, and you gotta have closure, and you still talking to him, you still doing stuff for him, you still having sex with him, and all of that kind of stuff. How are you going to allow a new man or woman into your life if you can't let go of your past? Like, people notice that. They notice you still being hung on to, that person or whatever. We have healing to do. And I'm not trying to negate the fact that our old relationships or whatever may have left scars on us that need to be healed. I realized that about myself in my marriage. I realized, and I said to myself, and I said this to a person that I seen that was struggling with letting a person go. And I said, letting go was one of the best things that I did for myself. It is with that relationship concerning my marriage. And it allowed me to open myself up to healing. I had so much healing to do internally, especially from my broken marriage, that how can I heal if I don't let go? So we are, and then we end up taking baggage into our next relationship because you never allowed yourself to let go and heal from your past relationship. So, in the beginning, something new means having to end something. So if you still holding on to something, then you don't want to start new. Like, you just don't even want this. All right, so this might not even be for everybody. You may be struggling, been going back and forth with the same person for the past 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever, however many years, and if don't complain about it. That's what I'm going to say. Don't complain about it or talk about he or she, how they might not be making you happy and all of this kind of stuff. Don't sit up here and boo-hoo about it and complain about it if you're not willing to do anything about it. Because to start something new, you have to let go of something old. Because how you going to start something new when you still have the baggage of something old at the same time? It's just not going to work. And that's just the reality. Listen, y'all get mad at me all y'all want to. I'm just the messenger. I am the messenger. Sometimes you just have to let go, and that might not be for everybody. I ain't trying to break up no happy home. If you are happy, I am happy for you. But the people who know that this message is for them, or this part of the message is for them, then you may want to think about it. Think about where you are, or what or who you may have been struggling with for the past some odd years, and think about what you need to do to get yourself out of that mess. Because I had to pray that thing off of me. I was like, Lord, please. I thought I called myself praying for a good man, honey. I was like, listen, I'm not going to do that no more. Now, I thought I found the man that I was praying for and all that kind of stuff. And boy, was I wrong. So, we just had to watch what we ask for, because we might get something that we don't want. So go ahead and let that thing go. If you gotta let it go, you gotta let it go. So green, the color green is the color that symbolizes new beginnings. It colors new life in nature, and it is a spiritual color of new beginnings. It is connected to vitality, renewed strength, and fertility, productivity, and fruitfulness. I didn't know that. Like, I was doing this. I just got my hair done last night, mind you. I love my colors. And I'm sitting there, and I really wasn't even going to do a study this week. Let me just say this real quick. I wasn't going to do a life lesson this week. I was like, my birthday is Sunday. I'm going to take it easy on myself. I put a lot into these life lessons. I really take my time out, and I mean all of this, like, really and truthfully from my heart. And I just want someone's life to be helped by me putting, so much time and effort into these life lessons. But anyway, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a life lesson. I'm like, take a break for what? Someone may need a life lesson this week. So I decided my day was extremely busy yesterday. So I literally sat there and did a life lesson while I was getting my hair done last night. And I already picked out my color. I'm sitting here getting green in my hair. And I don't even know where this came from. It just like popped through my screen while I was getting into my study on new beginnings. I did not ask nobody what was the color of new beginnings, and it like literally took my breath away, because I'm like on this green thing. I got like teal green is one of my favorite colors. My birthstone is like a emerald green. And I'm like, and I just like really been mesmerized by this color, like a teal greenish color green. I was like, I'm just going to do green in my hair this time. And with my birthday coming up, and then me putting green in my hair, and then I did this study, and it said green is the color that signifies new beginnings. Like, I literally gasped for air. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. So I don't know. I know it's me. I get all geeked up about little stuff like this, but that really spoke to my spirit. I was like, wow, and then it said vitality, new strength, and I feel renewed. I feel renewed. I feel like I have new strength. I feel like I'm living a new life. Fertility, a lot of times when we say fertility, we talk about a woman being fertile and being able to reproduce and have babies and all that kind of stuff. I ain't doing none of that. I got enough kids. But it also said, when it talked about fertility, it said productiveness and fruitfulness. And I am very fruitful in my life right now, and I'm like so grateful. Like, this message on new beginnings, I'm getting all emotional. Let me stop. But it really did. I was like, oh my gosh, green. Like, I just really did not even know this before I knew, before I started doing this study, that green signifies the color of new beginnings. So that really, really blessed my spirit. So I had to write it down. I had to like just put that on my notes. But okay, let me keep moving. So rebirth. Let's talk about rebirth. Okay, everybody needs a rebirth, but I'm going to go ahead and read what I wrote down about rebirth. So, rebirth, a brand new beginning, a period of new life, growth, or activity to undergo a meaningful spiritual change. So that's basically what rebirth is, and I really didn't. Okay, so I was brought up in a religion that believes in reincarnation. And when you first search rebirth, they talk about, reincarnation, being born again, and all of that kind of stuff. So that's not the rebirth that I want to talk about. The rebirth that I want to talk about is just starting a new life. And it says, okay, let me just read it again. All right, rebirth, a brand new beginning, a period of new life, growth, or activity to undergo a meaningful or spiritual change. So, yeah, and I feel like that God is blessing my spirit with a spiritual change. And I believe that everybody at some point or another in their life should undergo a rebirth or a spiritual change. You may have experienced it already in your life before. You may be experiencing it right now. I believe that I am experiencing a rebirth right now, and I'm so grateful for it. Like, this me is totally different from the me that my mother gave birth to 43 years ago, and I'm grateful for it. We may have been with the circumstances that we are born into. We have no control over what we are born into, how we were raised, where we were raised, our families, and all of that kind of stuff. So ultimately, as we get old enough to become what we want to be, opposed to what we were taught all of our life from birth, we get to choose who we want to be. So I believe that's where the rebirth should literally take place, is when you take your own philosophy of your life and what you have learned and your own outlook on your life and what you want it to be, and be born again. So maybe it's time for some of us to be born again, maybe not. I am grateful for my rebirth. I believe that I am undergoing the state of my rebirth right now as we speak, like even right before you guys' very eyes, like all of the things that I have been doing for myself: spiritual healing, yoga, physical transformation, mental, all of that kind of stuff. So this is the rebirth. So maybe, I don't know where someone would start to begin a rebirth. So, but I did write down a couple tips. So to begin something new, it's helpful to make space in your mind by letting go of attitudes and opinions and not taking them with you in your future. So sometimes we have opinions and just things that we just need to let go of, some of our old beliefs and all of that stuff, and just letting in some new things. It can be anything, spiritual beliefs or whatever. Not spiritual beliefs, maybe religious beliefs. Let me just say that. And sometimes we have to let go of some things. I was born into two religions. I had to take what I learned from those two religions and come up with my own philosophy on my outlook on my spirituality and my life and where I am and where I want to be and all of that kind of stuff. So this is me outside of everything that was embedded in me. A lot of morals and values I still carry along with me, but this is me and my own personal outlook of how I perceive life and how I approach it as well. So decide what to tackle first and build some courage and make your next move. So that is very important. So we got to have a starting point. Like, listen, this is for the people who want to want a new beginning, who want to start a new life for themselves. So you have to first decide decide where to start and what to tackle first and build some courage to make your next move. So set clear goals. Think about what you want for think about where you want to see yourself 6 months from now. Excuse me, y'all, my nose is just running out the blue. So see where set clear goals and think about where you want to see yourself 6 months from now. So that, listen, I'm gonna go back to the Happy New Year challenge once again because it is important. Like, I feel like 3, 6, 9, 12-month goals, if you break the year up in 4 quarters, you should be able to see a change at least every 3 months. That's why, and listen, I did not just make this up. I got this from doing my research and my study on new beginnings, and it literally said think about where you want to see yourself 6 months from now. So wherever you want to see yourself at 6 months from now, it's important that you start right now. So I did write down a scripture. I wasn't going to at first, but just during this study, I came across this scripture and it really, really blessed my heart. So in Isaiah 43:18, it says, "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing something new." So I meant to actually go to that scripture in my Bible app because I believe that was Jesus talking, but I'm not sure. But he said, "See, I am doing something new." And I love the fact that it says, "Forget about former things. Do not dwell on the past." And sometimes we get in the habit of doing that. Sometimes we just do. We get in the habit of dwelling on our past. And it says, the word of God tells us, I know a lot of people out here believe in the word of God. And it says, forget about the former things. Do not dwell on the past. Yes, I said it again. Don't dwell on the past. Like, why y'all be doing that? And I know it's hard, but we have to train our minds to not think about things, number one, that are not serving us well, that is not helping elevate us or take us to the next level of our life. Sometimes we tend to dwell on negative. It's easier to think negatively than it is positively. That is a fact. And I know it is, because those negative thoughts will come. The enemy will try to rise up to attack your thoughts in your mind and all of that kind of stuff. And it is your duty to combat those negative thoughts and replace them with more positive thoughts on the regular basis. It takes work and it takes effort, but the more you do it, the easier it would get. It's easier said than done. And what's not? Everything is easier said than done. So it says it right in the word of God. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on things of the past. I love that. And I also love, this is the first half of Isaiah 43:18. So I believe it was like maybe 2 more sentences that complete this whole passage of scripture. And I didn't write it all down, but when I saw that it said, "See, I am doing a new thing," I was like, "Woo! Thank you, Lord. Like, do something new. I receive it. I receive it. I receive it. Everything God does is good. Like, God is good. So if God is doing something new in me or for me, I receive it. And it says right there, see, I am doing something new. That blessed my spirit. It really, really did. So, a new beginning allows us to be more open to change so that we don't end up staying in the same place year after year or even worse. So some people find themselves staying in the same situation or the same place year after year after year with the same struggle. Everybody has a struggle. So let's just get that out the way. Everybody has a struggle, and nobody's struggle is the same. We all struggle in different ways. Sometimes we may look at other people's life and think that they may be living a perfect life. Nope. Nobody is living that perfect life that it may look like on the outside. Everybody struggles in some way, form, or fashion. What your struggle is and the depth of your struggle all depends on you. I wanna have different problems. I don't want to, like, we gonna have some problem. I don't wanna struggle with the same thing year after year and be complaining about the same people or the same things and all of that kind of stuff. I just want to move on with my life. And ultimately, some people are not here on this earth anymore because they have allowed their lives to go too far, to allow their lives to be too far gone, even for them to try to catch up with getting on track with their lives. So you don't want to be that person. Like, you really don't. I don't want to be that person. Some of you may not mind being that person. Some people get stuck in their comfort zone, or they don't care, or I am where I am, and so be it, or whatever. I never want to be that content that I am comfortable with being in a place that I would rather not be in my life. Change is good, change is necessary, and change is inevitable. Like, you can't get around things changing. Like, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. So we have to learn how to allow new beginnings in our lives. So where am I? So view a new start as something that is leading you to your destiny. Who doesn't want to be led to their destiny? I know I do. I want to know why I was created. I know I have to be here for a reason. I know that there is purpose behind my pain. I know there is a reason why God has allowed me to go through and grow through all the things that I have gone through. I know that nothing that I do is in vain. None of my hard work, none of my effort. I know that there is a purpose behind every single day of my life. And who does not want to know what their destiny is? So that's what a new start may do for you. Some people will never even find out the first, like, not even begin to find out their destiny or why they are here on this earth. Some people don't care. They like, whatever, I'm here. Like, they like say it all the time. I'm here, whatever. You are, and you are, because I'm looking at you right now. You're here. But anyway, I want to know what my destiny is. I do. I want to know why I am here. Sometimes we can feel close to it, and sometimes we can feel very far away from it. So, I mean, if you are that person who wants to know why you were created on this earth, you want to at least be going in the direction towards your destiny. You don't want to be going in the opposite direction of your destiny, why you were created, why God has you here on this earth. So accept the past and let go. Focus your energy on creating your dream life. So sometimes our energy could just be on something that don't make no sense. We could just be totally focusing on things that are neither here nor there. Like, so we had to learn how to shift our focus and shift our energy, let go of things of the past, and accept them, accept the things of the past for what they were. You can't change the things of the past. It already happened. It's water under the bridge. You can't cry over spilt milk. It is what it is. Accept it, let go of it, and put that that same energy that you are focusing on the negative things. Why can't we conjure up that same energy and put it into some of the more positive things in life? So we need to focus our energy on creating our dream life. That's what people do. That's what people do. The ones that are happy and content and have peace and everything that they have on their life, they focus on those things on the regular basis. And that don't necessarily mean being rich and having 7 figures and a bank and all of that kind of stuff. Some of us do wish to have wealth and leave generational wealth for our families or what have you, but you can have someone who is poor and at peace and happy, and more happy and peaceful than someone who is wealthy. So and then and the person that has abundant peace and joy in their life, trust me, they work hard to obtain it and to keep it. Trust me, they had to battle for it. Trust me, it has been someone tried to steal it away from them and take it away from them many times in their life. And they fought to hold on to their peace. It is not easy. And that can be the dream life, that you can be literally living the dream if you work hard towards it and fight for what you really want in this life. So starting over can be scary, but it does not have to be. So starting over for me, it wasn't really that scary for me. It was all fresh and brand new. I enjoyed the journey every step of the way. I had to be strong and courageous for my children. I couldn't be scared, because if I was scared, then they would have been scared. And all of us being scared, we had to go at it like lions so we could get the most out of it, so we couldn't timidly walk into it like a baby kitten in a puddle of cold rain, or we just had to really go at it with courage. So we weren't scared. It was new, it was fresh, and it was brand new, and we just had to go after it with everything that we had in us. And it all depends on what you want out of life and how bad you want it. It may not be worth it to you to pull out every bit of courage from the soles of your feet to the pits of your gut. It may not be worth it to you to pull out all the courage that you have inside of you. You might be better just sitting where you are, for all that it is worth. So I don't know what you want out of life, but for me and I got a lot of kids, and we want a lot out of life. Not saying that anyone does not want a lot out of life. I know different people are at different places in their life, and depending on how bad you want it, it's ultimately going to be how you go after it. Some people don't go after it at all. Some people just don't. So don't allow yourself to be scared out of it. So think about what you want and what you need to do to change. So that is just a tip on going ahead and making a new start. So you know more than you think you know. Don't be afraid to start new. Everyone needs a new start. So we all just really do. It doesn't matter what point of your life that you are in, whatever getting a new start means to you or looking like to you. You can use having a birthday or turning another year older or whatever. You can use that as starting brand new. A lot of us, we take our lives for granted because we think that we just know we're going to be here tomorrow, and we don't fulfill our own happiness and our own goals and our own dreams. We lie to ourselves by telling ourselves that we have more time, all the time in the world. We procrastinate, we put off things for tomorrow, things that we can be doing today, and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm telling you, this time, our time is winding down. Life is relatively short. We don't have as much time as we lie to ourselves and tell ourselves that we have so much time to get it together or make a decision. These years are going by so rapidly. I can't even believe how quick 2023 is coming to an end. It seems like we were just celebrating New Year's, and here we are in the 8th month of this year. I believe that whatever that we want to do to make our lives what we want it to be, now is the time to do it. There's no better time than now. So whatever you want to use as your motivation, as your inspiration, your birthday may be coming up, or whatever, anniversary, I don't know. Think about something that is encouraging. Your child might be turning another year older. There's so many things happening in my life. My son is getting married, and things are changing for me. Lord willing, I will be another year older this coming Sunday. So I'm like, what can I do? And I'm telling you, before we know it, we are going to be counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. This year is going to be over. But what I don't want us to do is wait until the ball drops to start putting in some New Year's resolutions or some New Year's goals. Most people do not follow through on New Year's resolutions. They just don't. It's about changing habits, creating the lifestyle that you want for yourself, changing little things bit by bit, starting something new or stopping something old. Bad habits, it might be biting your nails. I don't know. The thing that you do that you need to stop doing. It may be overeating, the way that you perceive food. I set weight loss goals for myself, and the way that I think about food, changed the way that I eat. I always thought that I had to have a snack after every meal. I have cut my snacking down. I cut my sweet intake down. I allowed myself like one piece of cake over the weekend, and I'm so glad, because I didn't indulge in a lot of sweets. Sometimes I allow myself one sweet thing, and then it's off to the races from there. So I'm learning how to control more of. If I say I'm going to allow myself one thing sweet, one piece of cake, and that's it, then that's it. One piece of cake and that's it. But you know what your struggles are. You know the thing that you've been struggling with for a long time, and the things that you need to focus on and changing, and so you can see new developments in your life, and you turning in the direction that you want your life to go on. So think about that. Think about that and start where you are. So I do have a couple quotes, and I am going to leave you guys with a few new beginning affirmations. So my first quote is from a woman named Emily Acker. So this is what Miss Emily Acker says. She was a founder of an award-winning foundation. I did read up a couple of her accomplishments, and this is what this young lady said. As long as you're alive, you always have the chance to start again. I love that quote so much. I really did it, literally jumped out at me, because a lot of people think that it's too late and I messed up too much and I'm too far gone and all of that kind of stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Sing it to the birds. I don't want to hear none of that, because as long as God wake you up every single day, as long as you're alive, you have the opportunity to do whatever it takes in order for you to start again. That is just period, point blank. So I absolutely love that quote. Thank you so much, Mrs. Emily Acker, for spitting those facts, because we needed that. As long as you are alive, you always have the chance to start over. So I want you to put that in your pocket. I want you to think about that. I really want you to allow that to resonate to your spirit. And my second quote is from a man named Guy Finley. So he's a self-help specialist, a writer, a philosopher. And this is what Mr. Finley said. Nothing in the universe can stop you from letting go and starting over. That is such a powerful quote. I love that quote. I'm going to read it again. Nothing in the universe can stop you from letting go and starting over, because we put these stipulations on ourselves. We tell ourselves, we give ourselves 1,000,001 reasons why we can't do it. And some of the stuff just sounds so silly coming out of our mouths. Like someone was like telling me a whole bunch of reasons, like they really wanted to do a thing, but they gave themselves so many reasons why they couldn't do it. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, I don't even want to argue with this because I didn't want to be offensive. It sounded really, really silly. A lot of the things that the person was just feeding themselves so many excuses. And think about what you're talking about here. Like, this is your life. You saying all this petty stuff, and this is your entire life and the life of yourself and your future and your family and all of this kind of stuff. Like, it don't even compare to what you know you really need to go out here and do for yourself. Like, it really doesn't. It doesn't even compare. So, the only thing that stops us from letting go, starting over, and obtaining our goals and reaching our destiny is us. We put these caps on it. We limit ourselves. And once you start planting seeds in your mind about why you can't do the thing that you want to do, you're convinced. You already told yourself and this excuse is sufficient for you. Like this is just enough reason for you to not even do the necessary steps that it takes, because you already gave yourself these excuses. You're planting these seeds of why you shouldn't do something, and therefore, as long as you continue to plant those seeds in your own mind, trust me, you ain't going to do it. You're not even going to begin to take the first steps to start doing the thing that you know you really want to do. I ain't talking about what other people want you to do or what they said you should do, what your mama said do. I ain't talking about none of that. We're talking about what you really want in your heart for yourself. Like, you really want this, but you keep feeding yourself 1,000,001 excuses why you can't do it. So, and the only thing that is stopping you is you. You are your biggest roadblock, your biggest barrier. Once you get out of your own way, you can move forward. So I did write down a few affirmations, and I'm going to go ahead and get out your way. I have everything I need to move forward. So I want you to say that to yourself. Affirmations are very, very important to me. I speak positivity over myself on the regular basis, and it is very beneficial to my self-growth and my self-improvement and my elevation and all of that kind of stuff. I speak greatness over myself on the regular basis. That's what Oprah said. So if y'all don't want to listen to me, y'all can listen to my auntie Oprah, because she's a billionaire at this point. And it ain't even talking about just financial gain. Oprah talks about the peace that she has over her life. So not only is she financially well off, but you can tell by the wisdom that she imparts on other people, that she has an abundance of peace and joy over her life. It's admirable. I love it. I love looking at motivational videos with my auntie Oprah. Oprah, my auntie, she just don't know it, but listen, this is the importance of affirmations, and that's why I always end each life lesson with these affirmations, because anyone can speak positivity into you, and it can just roll right off your back. But if you learn how to speak positivity over yourself and convince yourself of your own greatness, that is a sure way to be well on your way to where you really want to be in life. So say this. I want you to say this all day long. Say this to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and repeat these words to yourself as long as the day is long. Tomorrow, if you choose to. But say that. Say, I have everything I need to move forward. My second new beginning affirmation is, I am open to new possibilities. If you already gave yourself 1,000,001 excuses, or you already closed yourself up to the idea, it's too scary, I'm scared, I don't want to do it, or whatever that you told yourself to convince yourself that you can't do that thing that you know you really want to do, then this message may not be for you. Because if you don't open yourself up to new possibilities and get rid of all of those lies and excuses that you already fed yourself, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen unless you open yourself up to it. So I want you to say that to yourself today. I am open to new possibilities. Let that thought just roll around in your brain for a little while. Actually imagine yourself being in the position that you know you want to be in. Imagine yourself on that new job. Imagine yourself in that new position. Imagine yourself in that new relationship. Imagine yourself relocated or in a new state, just moving and just starting over fresh and brand new. Imagine yourself venturing out into entrepreneurship and getting your LLC and being a self-made millionaire, a Philly hero, a Philly legend. Listen, I'm from Philly, and I am a Philly legend. I am a Philly hero. I already speak that over myself already. I love the city of Philadelphia, and a lot of people that view my videos are from the city of Philadelphia, and I love y'all, and I will always give back to my Philly family in whatever way that I possibly can. I will never forget where I came from, but I am a Philly legend. I speak that over myself already, and giving back and going back to my neighborhood and doing all the things that I wish to do in my heart. So I speak those things over myself, you guys, and I open myself up to the possibility of one day obtaining that level of greatness for myself. I already believe that I am as great as I want to be, and we have to convince ourselves of our own greatness. So say that to yourself today. Say, I am open to new possibilities. I am open to new possibilities. Open yourself up to new possibilities so you can do that thing that you ultimately want to do. So that is it, you guys. New beginnings. New beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings. Happy birthday week to me. I'm lit all week. I am so excited that my birthday is approaching. I plan on having an amazing week. My week have been very fruitful, very amazing, very fulfilling thus far, and it's only Wednesday. I still have the other half a week to go. So I want you guys to go out here and get over this hump. Don't forget, if you have not yet, went to my YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. It is growing rapidly. I am so grateful. I just celebrated 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I am slowly approaching, quickly approaching. I can't even say slowly, because I'm like, I'll have 600 subscribers soon on YouTube. So I believe that those subscribers will shoot up into the thousands or maybe even millions. My views are going up. My subscribers are going up. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. Also, my books are now available and on sale on Amazon. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth. That is my first book. You can Google this. You can Google the names of my books. You can Google my YouTube channel, True Value Knowing Your Worth. My second book is Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasures. My third book is Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness. And my fourth book is Religiously, and that is taking a closer look at spirituality and religion. My fourth project is underway that is called Misunderstood, the spoken truth of the unspoken. I am very excited and just overly excited about continuing to work on Misunderstood. So y'all go ahead and support us, sister. Listen, I am here to pass on and share what has been graciously given to me. I have been given another chance. I have been given another opportunity. I have been given a powerful testimony. And without those things, I would not even be where I am today. Internally, I will not be in the process of healing. I will not be in the process of having peace in my mind. I will not be in a process of having great health and great wealth and emotional stability and mentally. I was all out of whack 10 years ago. I wasn't even nowhere near where I am today, and I am so grateful for where I am today. And my testimony is not just mine. It is not just for me to keep it to myself. It is for me to share it with someone and let someone know that there is hope no matter what your situation is, how dark your past is, what God has allowed you, what you had to go through, and all of that kind of stuff. It may be a seed in that adversity for you. There may be a lesson in it for you to grow and get to where you really want to be in life, or even use your powerful testimony to help someone else. So be encouraged today, you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for all of your support, all of your views, all of your shares, all of your likes. It all means so much to me in so many ways. I don't take any of it lightly. To all the people who are continuing to follow me on my Facebook, to all of my new YouTube subscribers, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am truly so grateful for your outpouring of kind words and love and support throughout this journey. So you guys go out here and have a blessed and beautiful Wednesday. Look out for more motivational videos. I'm debating on whether I'm normally here on Fridays at 9 a.m. but I do have to cater for someone this Friday, so I'm debating on whether I'm going to pop on for a few minutes just to share some encouragement on Friday, because I may be in the kitchen cooking. But yeah, let's just say I'll be here even if it's for a few minutes. So normally Fridays 9 a.m. Look out for more motivational videos. I love you. God bless you. In the meantime, you guys continue to stay blessed.